for this book review I'm going to do. I know normally I just go on tangents about random stuff pertaining to the book. I honestly just wanted to record right now because my hair looks funny. I just brushed it all out. I never brushed it out. Alright. A Farewell to Arms is honestly my favorite fiction book, if not one of my favorite. I mean, I don't really know what parallels. I really like Catcher in the Rye as well and a few other classics, but Farewell to Arms is just so well written. I love Hemingway's style personally. Everything is so matter of fact, you know. It was nice out. I went down the stairs. There was a boy sitting. Hello. Hello. I continued on. I went down the street. And I feel like you get such a glance into Hemingway's psyche. You know what I'm saying? Like, the way that everything is just... the book is so self-centered, if you didn't realize. No spoilers yet, guys. The main character, like... I mean... The reason that I say that is because the way that he tells the story makes him appear very flawless. There are very few times that he messes up, or that he'll tell you he messed up. Also, you notice that with the alcoholism. So, he's not like a full-blown alcoholic where he's like just a blackout drunk all the time, you know. But he's like a very much so a functional alcoholic, and you're never gonna hear him say anything like "I drink too much." My drink is bad for me, anything like that. But other people will be like, you're really drunk, or the one lady's like, you gave yourself jaundice from drinking so much. It's just, I thought it was very interesting. Like, you never, same thing with the main character being privileged. Hemingway writes the whole time implying that he's privileged, you know? And one external person says it. That one old lady's like, you're a privileged patient. But he's never outright saying these things. He's never outright covering the character's attributes, anything like that. Even to the point of the character's name, you don't learn until, like, very late into the book. You learn it, like, 100 pages in or something. I don't remember the first time that they mentioned the name. Overall, I would call this a romance. It's a romance for men, though. You could always tell when a romance is for men or women. Just based off, like... honestly, it's based off the availability of the woman, normally. So, like, a romance made for women is normally, like, a dude pursuing, and then she's like, okay, fine, now we can date, you know? Like, that's, like, literally enemies to lovers. Women love that trope, right? Enemies to lovers is, like, no, but we're enemies. And then, slowly but surely, she's like, okay, maybe you're fine. But you could tell if a romance is made for men because it's like they fall in love very quickly, normally. So, for example, like, I would call Romancing the Stone, the movie, a romance for women because it's like a slow, gradual falling in love, you know? But then you have, like, I don't know. But yeah. I wouldn't really call this a romance for women at all. Also because most of the romance is like Catherine just kind of going along with whatever Mr. Henry is doing, you know. She has very little personality. She's like so... I thought that the whole book, I'm like, when is she going to make a decision that goes against the grain? And the whole book is just her trying to like be good to him, and be good to everyone actually. And I read somewhere... when I was midway through the book, I like looked something up, and on like the recommended searches, someone was like typing an analysis and saying that Catherine represents the good of humanity, which I was like, I don't know. I don't have a lot to talk about with this book. It's honestly like one of the best books of all time. I'd highly recommend it. I'm still no spoilers. This is like one of the first books I read when I started reading again a few years ago. But I didn't finish it because I was dating a girl, and I associated the book with her, like Miss Catherine Barclay and stuff. And then when we broke up, I was heartbroken. I couldn't touch the book again. Devastating. And so I just never read it again until just now. I was like, you know, I gotta see. Hemingway really is one of my favorite authors, and I know that he changes a lot throughout his writings. And I haven't read a lot of his other stuff, to be honest. But yeah, I mean, I don't have like a lot of themes to talk about. It's a very like lighthearted book, and it's very nothing significant happens the entire book. I mean, yeah, there's the plot in Italy with the retreat, but besides that, it's like I don't want to say it's extremely average stuff because it's not. It's like a war and stuff, World War One, but it's not like very complex at all. You know, just kind of a simple plot, just following a couple. Please read this book. This book makes me want to drink alcohol 10 times more than I normally do. I don't really drink that much. But this book, he's just drinking every day. And he makes it so casual and sounds so nice, you know. And I loved, this is such a stupid detail. I loved it that he said we were talking very winely. This is my third time recording this video, by the way, because the other times I would like talk about it and then there's just like, I would be talking about things, but I feel like I was just pulling them out of my ass because there's not a lot of themes to talk about with this book, like, or lessons or anything. The only lesson is like, think about your actions. That's it. Thank you for listening. Please read this book if you haven't read it. Please. This is like the best book. I just read this every night before I went to bed. Do like 15, 20 pages. 30 pages, 40 sometimes if I couldn't sleep. And that is 100% what I would recommend this for. Very lighthearted, nice themes to think about, very well written. Next up is The Stranger by Camus. I just bought it. And it's a pretty short book, so that shouldn't take me long at all. I think I'm going to read it like I read that last book, though, just before I go to bed. That's all. Please read this.